initially, let's talk about the overall picture. I mean, there have been pluses and minuses on both sides, we were saying. It's very confusing, really, to see who's won in this.
Well, I don't think you can say anybody won, but I also think you can't say, as Donald Trump did, it was a great result. This was not a great result for Donald Trump. He lost the House. And by gaining the Senate, which he really put a lot of effort into, he campaigned pretty strenuously for the Senate candidates and very little for the House candidates. If you're Donald Trump and you're really governed not so much by ideology or party, but by self-interest, you want the Senate in your corner. So it's no surprise that he put his effort into that. The Senate gets him two things. It gets him confirmation of his judges, and one of his campaign promises was to put more conservative judges on the bench. Brett Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court is just the most visible example of that. But the other is, with the House in Democratic hands, I said earlier that I think Nancy Pelosi, who is now the minority leader and will probably be the speaker once the House reconvenes, has made a gesture toward bipartisanship. And there are bills that would gain bipartisan support, notably infrastructure, which has been languishing as there's been gridlock in Congress. So they probably will pursue that. But I think the House, now in Democratic hands, will also pursue some things that are much less comfortable for the president to jump on board, notably disclosure of his tax returns and anti-corruption measures. I think you're going to see investigations, you're going to see panels, you're going to see subpoenas. And if it ever goes to the point where a Democratic House might vote articles of impeachment, then the Senate would have to convict the president. If you're Donald Trump and you're looking at this very strong possibility of a hostile lower chamber of Congress, plus the Mueller report, Robert Mueller, the former FBI director, who has been looking into corruption and
That's a major
collusion.
step, isn't it? If
It's
they really
huge.
go for that.
And the report is thought to come as soon as today. I mean, we'll see. But the fact is, if you're Donald Trump and you're looking at all of this coming your way, what you really want is a friendly Senate. And articles of impeachment have to be voted by the Senate. The Senate convicts, and it has to be a 2/3 majority. That will almost certainly not happen in a Senate that's not controlled by the Republicans. So it's a win for him in the House that he wanted to win, in the chamber that he wanted to win. But it's not good overall for him. Is it good overall for the Democrats? Well, one thing you can say about it is the Democrats did bring back control of the House, which they wanted to do. It also teed up a number of very interesting candidates, notably Beto O'Rourke, Andrew Gillum in Florida. And
both lost, of course.
Well, they lost, but on the other hand, they are now known to a national audience. And if you're looking for a silver lining in a cloud, and Beto O'Rourke certainly was in his speech,